So I had to start part two because my phone storage ran out. Um, so I was talking about Gail Burstyn and identifying her as working with Attica State Prison warden, who were museum thieves in Pittsburgh, part of a syndicate gobbling up the real estate and forging psychiatry through neuro implants and so forth. And getting into stories of their allies is relevant and reasonable in light of the fact that they're still at large and implicated in AIDS and COVID. So what we have is a situation where they said Matt Curry cannot go to school because he's paranoid. When I finally escaped that and graduated and was in honors, they poisoned me in the mouth. So what does the guilt in AI stand for? You see, it's sexual misconduct. You see, you may not, you feel guilt, right? Well, we forgive you. You see, and so, the Billy Graham monsters, preyed on the minds of the people who caught AIDS. It said, AI is the spirit of John Lennon. You will be forgiven for your sin. And they, even the ones that didn't take that and mongered a conglomerate with them. And you have these fishy Democrats like Inslee who realize that I have an injury worth a fortune. Well, that injury worth a fortune is going to be put to good use by Biden's boys. Biden always is his chocolate with the trannies who kill, the fairies in boots. These are the good kind, He was the master planner behind Obama. You get a black man, so accept AIDS, And now they're just waking and letting COVID blow over and ignoring the climate crisis. It was good for a loud noise for a while. You have Manson and cinema. I've talked many times about Manson cinema and the role it plays in Gail Carolyn Burstyn. Now, my mother wrote a grammar book and was trying to sell it, and she was very intricate about subordinate clauses and all this. It was a clever book, but it didn't get published. But the men who came by were either the same gentlemen or from the same cast of characters in Pittsburgh police detectives who claimed that I committed armed robbery when I got home from governor's school. And they're always claiming these things. Shinwin said I was a reckless driver at Kelly School. Apparently, he set up this situation with Migna Wen, who works with Oliver Stone, stealing a man's whole life by this identity crime of lying and lying and lying and lying. Anyway, these letters were in our old lace, arsenic and old lace. That's the drawer they got put in with the old lace from great-grandmother in Topeka. And so, they were watching for any notice that there was a book. The police detectives from Mansion and Baden would have pounced. These were pro-Vietnam War warriors. And Rob Proctor named his son Sean, spelling it S-H-A-W-N, the same as Ralph Brooks did, his son Sean, who locked me out of a church. And these were the people who so politely set me up with a girl who they knew was just trying to trigger a neuroplasm. Both Brooks and Proctor worked on that project with Rosa. Fred Rogers, the whole situation in Pittsburgh media, when you get Nikkei out of the Time magazine is for Nikkei. They have her on the cover, You get into this problem of access to media. Fred Rogers and CBS and KDKA have total lockout. Shulman's partner, Leslie Katz, who was an agent for Fripp and Gail Burstyn, who appears on Incognito on one of his album covers, had access to the church organs. She would give us a tour, because she was from valedictorian from Ellis, where the other partner who was caught is from, of Shulman. In the Smithsonian article, you can read about it. She managed somehow miraculously as a valedictorian and a governor's school graduate. Shulman also went to the governor's school, as I did. got a record made for me as a Christmas present once. Nobody in Pittsburgh could get records made. So it was complete blackout on the ability of artists to get any kind of recognition. They treated me like I was a purse snatcher when I managed to interview Peter Gabriel. Fred Rogers, when I was a child, I said, my mom, I thought he was supposed to like children. He treated me like I was Rosemary's Baby. So, you have this problem of like Greta, she puts out some Rebel Without a Cause, and she's sort of positioned to be a decoy to Queen Elizabeth and all of this. God help me for saying something like that about her, because she's a rational, decent, dignified human being, which we need. So is Nick Cave. I mean, we need people like them. We need to treat each other more graciously, and stop the mania of the war machine that pulled a stunt like this. But they nevertheless did pull that stunt. We're all boxed into this stunt. It's Moxieland in that way. And so it has to be spoken of openly. So when you have her putting out a book, Rebel with a Cause, I think that's Franklin Graham's book, the son of a leg between Trumpy Toon and Elizabeth. Rebel Without a Cause has a scene of the guy who liked to be called Hitler because his proficiency in executing prisoners in what was known to be an illegal war. And he's a chaplain now, and he changes his name, and they're like, why do you want to change your name, Hitler? He says, I'm Lazarus. Why Lazarus? Because I'm back from the dead. And they hug him and praise him. Hitler is back from the dead. This is what it really means. It's really sick. It's terrifying to me. And that's one of the reasons I feel it would be better if people knew about it.